JWalkerBuzz time. Gotta big up all the people from around the world that listen to us. People around Jamaica, people from Ghana, people in the United States, New York, Florida, Atlanta, of course, Canada, London, Grenada, all the way over in Senegal, Ghana, all over the massive them that listening in. And of course, my people from Suriname, we have a special episode for you today because we're talking to a Surinamese playwright, entrepreneur, brilliant creative, Savanja Richard Gallon. I hope I didn't mess up his last name. He's right now presenting wonderful presentation of both Surinamese and Maroon culture through his Maroon production as he presents Oskuneru, a groundbreaking theatrical production that highlights the journey of Surinamese Maroons towards self-liberation. And of course, a highly anticipated debut is during this month, in February, Black History Month. It's going on in Miami. But you know what? Instead of me telling you about it, let's bring in the one and only Stefania to tell us what's really going on. And people, he's creative, he's brilliant and all that. But he's also a pastor's kid, so you know he's mischievous. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Stefania. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me.
So, of course, we caught you running around because you're busy putting on your events. Tell us a little bit about what this is, what's happening, and why people should check it out.
Well, Oskuneru is an amazing piece. It cycles through the life of the Surinamese Maroons way back before colonialism. It starts in Africa and then goes through Middle Passage into South America and through their colonial life there. It focuses on 4 African children. 3 of them are siblings, and each of them decide to take a different path to deal with this new challenge that's in front of them. The real question of Oskuneru is, what is the price of freedom? Who actually made the right choice when faced with colonialism and with tribulation and trials, and what we can do with the freedom that we now have in our hands in 2020.
Okay. That's interesting conversation considering who just won the presidential election.
Yes.
That being said, for those who are listening in, he said South America, but Suriname is also part of the Caribbean because its shores are on the Caribbean Sea. Maroons throughout various countries in the Caribbean, Jamaica, Haiti, of course, Suriname, Grenada, so on. They were free Africans who, just got away from the beginning and was defeating European armies, no matter which one they were facing. Of course, in Haiti, it's French. In Jamaica, it's British. Suriname, it's the Dutch. And, having a piece of land that's all theirs throughout this period, which is a powerful narrative of our people, because at those times, those 3 armies were the top armies in the world that I just mentioned, and they were defeating, whooping their butts, as they say. So that being said, it's a conversation of freedom that you're bringing out. Now, you've already had your debut. What was that response like when people came?
Well, people didn't know exactly what to expect. The name Oskuneru doesn't give you a lot to go off of. And it's intentional because I don't want people to come in with preconceived notions about what a play about colonialism and the Maroons and what slavery would be like. I feel like pop culture is so inundated with movies like 12 Years a Slave, that when they hear about colonialism and they hear about the struggle of Black people, they only see them as being subservient and as victims of oppression. While with this conversation, with this piece, I really want to bring in the idea of resilience and determination in the face of immountable struggles, and what that struggle against all these different things might look like, will feel like, and to actually humanize these Africans before they're dehumanized through slavery.
Well, this is a time where we need to learn the word resilience, almost like not in a long time, because we're dealing with a lot of challenges. So your thing is actually on time. So people didn't know what to expect. What were they saying when they were walking out?
They couldn't believe what they saw. They didn't know this story. They were moved. Some people were crying because they were moved by.
You got them crying, Stefania? What?
Not me. I had the actors. The actors really did I can take claim over the script and gathering all the people, but truly, I must say now that I'm not on the stage with them and they're doing everything themselves, they are giving heartbreaking performances. They are advocating so hard for the characters that have been written on the page that you can't help but root for them. You can't help but love them. And you feel for them when they go through their challenges and they fail and they win and they're sad. You just cannot help but relate and see the human nature that exists in all of us. Despite this being a show about African people, I do believe that the story of the Africans is world history. It belongs to me, it belongs to you, it belongs to all the citizens of the United States, it belongs to all of the citizens of the world, because a story about resilience in the face of trials and tribulation is a human story. It's a world history. It's culture and heritage. And I feel like, yes, we're bringing out a Black History Month, but I want to expand past Black History Month. I want to make this a national conversation as to what resilience in the face of trials and tribulations actually is. Because yes, we're going through trying times today. I cannot deny that. All these things coming down the pipeline, from up, down, the conversations about DEI, the workplace, the excusing of racism, it makes you think, dang, this is the worst time of my life to be alive.
The xenophobia with immigrants.
The xenophobia of immigrants, man. I'm a first-generation immigrants. My parents are still Surinamese citizens. They just got their green card recently and were able to move back. And now I'm sitting here and I'm like, this is terrible.
Yep.
But my ancestors went through slavery. And that's what keeps me going every single day. No matter what people might say to my face, or what relationships may crumble in my face, or what goes on in the government, my people did not start out asking or relying on other people to validate their humanity. They went out there, they advocated, and they took their freedom. So I feel like in the 21st century, as these things keep coming down the pipeline as to how they might be restricting these campaigns for inclusivity, now is the time to speak up and take what is actually belongs to you, and not be afraid in the face of challenges or obstacles, but to overcome.
Take what belongs to you. Yes, love it. All right, so Savanio, the actors and actresses, are they also Surinamese?
No, surprisingly, I'm the only Surinamese person part of the cast. Majority of I'm alone here. I'm just one little Surinamese person in the island of Miami, telling my stories, trying to get people on board. However, I do have people with Maroon heritage. There are some Jamaicans, there's some Haitians. Oh, our lead is a Haitian. And you know the story about the Haitian people, how they freed
Right.
They are one of the most determined and soulful people I've met. And even though the language, because we introduced some of the Surinamese language in there, might be different from his, the cultural connection is there. He feels the spirits of the Maroons in his heart because he comes from that culture as well. As I like to say, we're all cousins, dropped off on a different island, but brought on the same ships. And we just need to go back to our family reunion and find out who we are again.
Amen. Go back to the family reunion and find out who we are. And he did say earlier, take back what's ours. Well, this is going to be at the Art Lab, which is located at 300 Northeast 2nd Avenue Building, Miami, Florida. Of course, it was written and directed by Miami-born and Suriname-raised playwright Stefania Richard Gallon. And it's clearly an immersive cultural experience. You hear people have been crying when they see this thing. This is running all the way until the 15th of February, correct?
Correct.
But there's a possibility, success. You might keep on moving with this.
Yes, if everybody who comes and sees this love this play, then we have to extend it. I need to make sure that all the audiences in Miami who want to see this production can see the production.
And is it like a website people go to check it out?
Yeah, go to MaroonOwlProductions.com. You can purchase tickets there. It's on our front page. It's on our Oskuneru event page. You can also follow us on Maroon Owl Productions Instagram at Maroon Owl Productions. And you'll find us right there. And you can follow our promotions, meet the actors, see a little bit of BTS as to how the process of creating the piece was. And you can look out for a little documentary to come out about the making of this piece in the next couple months.
MaroonOwlProductions.com, and of course online at Maroon Owl. People, it's an important story. It's an integral story And we know we need to learn more about the Surinamese, and we need to learn more about the Maroons. Because the Maroons actually consistently defeated these people that cause problems. So we need to learn some tactics to defeat these people that cause problems. This is another episode of JWalkerBuzz. We're here. We're with Suriname. We're with the Maroon people. We're going on the journey to teach things from the Maroon Isle production perspective. And of course, the play is called Oskuneru. And we're going to open those minds, take back what is ours, and we're going to learn who we are. JWalkerBuzz.
I do not know what to do. I come out here every day and look to see if I can spot you in the clouds, but I feel nothing but the ash. I cannot see you. Please. I need to remember what it is that brings me out here.
We are gonna. Wherever you are, just come and listen. Oh, we are coming. Foully be conga softly. How we're able to be so free now. We are listening. Anansi, Anansi. Come and hear the story of Anansi.